A major weather pattern shift is underway across the United States. Arctic air is diving south. Multiple winter systems will bring accumulating snow to a large portion of the country, and behind it all, sustained extreme cold that will lock in place for 7 to 10 days. This is the coldest weather of the season so far for most areas, and it's going to stick around. Right now, conditions across the country couldn't be more different depending on your location. And understanding where we are today helps explain why what's coming is significant. Eastern Colorado woke up to 17 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. Wind chills down around 5 degrees. That's the Arctic air mass currently sitting over the northern plains and Rockies. Meanwhile, across the Gulf Coast from Texas through Louisiana and into Mississippi, it's been warm and humid. Temperatures running 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Mississippi dealt with severe weather and tornado warnings earlier today. South Carolina has been experiencing heavy rain and near-record warmth. That warm, unstable air mass is about to collide with Arctic air pushing down from Canada. Missouri has been quiet. Temperatures hovering around 40 degrees, calm conditions, almost boring for those tracking winter weather. That extended mild spell ends this week. South-central Wisconsin was seeing rain this morning. Some areas are already reporting the transition to snow as I am recording this. That's how quickly this system is moving through. And Maryland, I know many of you have been waiting for accumulating snow. Some areas have gone 2 years without a major snowstorm. This pattern has potential. But I need to be clear about something. This is not a simple one-and-done snow event. This is a pattern change that brings multiple systems over the course of a week to 10 days. Let me explain what's happening meteorologically, because understanding the setup helps you understand why this is significant and long-lasting. The jet stream is undergoing a major reconfiguration. A strong high-pressure ridge is building along the west coast. At the same time, another blocking high is establishing itself over the North Atlantic. When you get blocking patterns on both sides of the continent like this, it forces the jet stream into a deep southward plunge across the central and eastern United States. That deep trough in the jet stream becomes a highway for Arctic air. And with blocks on either side preventing it from moving, the cold air doesn't just pass through, it settles in and persists. This is being driven by two key atmospheric indices. The Atlantic Oscillation, or AO, is going strongly negative. That indicates cold air is spilling south out of the Arctic. The North Atlantic Oscillation, or NAO, is also going negative. That indicates the blocking pattern over the Atlantic is strengthening. When both of these indices are negative simultaneously, you get sustained cold weather across the eastern two-thirds of North America. The models are in strong agreement on this. Both the GFS, the American model, and the ECMWF, the European model, show this pattern establishing Wednesday and persisting through at least January 20th. Some extended runs suggest it could last even longer. Current upper-level wind speeds at the jet stream level are reaching 160 to 180 miles per hour in some locations. That is significant velocity. It's going to help push this air mass south quickly initially. But then, with the blocking patterns in place, everything slows down and stalls. Surface pressure maps show a robust high-pressure system building over central Canada. Pressure values approaching 1040 millibars. That is a strong high. It is going to act like a dam, forcing cold air to spill south and east. Now let me walk you through the timeline and what you can expect. Wednesday through Thursday is when the first significant push of cold air arrives. This brings the first of several clipper systems. A clipper is a fast-moving, low-pressure system that doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with, but it's cold enough that what moisture it has falls as snow. This first clipper targets the central United States: Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, northern Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. These states see accumulating snow Wednesday into Thursday. Model data suggests 2 to 4 inches across much of this region. Some areas could see 4 to 6 inches, particularly across northern portions. This is not a major snowstorm by itself, but it's the first of several, and the cold air behind it is significant. By Thursday morning, temperatures across the upper Midwest drop into the single digits Fahrenheit for highs. Overnight lows drop below zero. Wind chill values. Thursday morning will range from -10 to -30 degrees Fahrenheit across Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Iowa, and the Dakotas. That's cold enough to be dangerous. Frostbite can occur on exposed skin in 10 to 15 minutes with those wind chills. Friday, the system moves east. The Great Lakes region and Ohio Valley see snow Friday into Friday night. Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, potentially into the mountains of West Virginia and western Pennsylvania. Another 2 to 4 inches possible across these areas. The cold air continues to deepen. Friday morning, freezing temperatures extend all the way down into the mid-Mississippi Valley. Memphis, Little Rock, Nashville see temperatures in the 20s Fahrenheit. That's cold enough for pipes to freeze in areas not accustomed to those temperatures. This is where the blocking pattern becomes critical. Normally, a system like this would move through in 2 or 3 days and temperatures would moderate. But with high pressure locked in place on both coasts, there's nowhere for the cold air to go. It sits and reinforces. Saturday and Sunday, another clipper system moves through. This one takes a similar track. More snow for the Midwest and Great Lakes. Another 2 to 4 inches. If you are keeping track, that is 6 to 12 inches accumulated over 3 separate systems for areas from Minnesota through Michigan. The cold intensifies over the weekend. Saturday and Sunday mornings will feature some of the coldest temperatures so far this winter. The northern plains and upper Midwest see highs that reach 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Overnight lows drop to -15 to -25 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind chill values. Saturday and Sunday mornings could reach -30 to -40 degrees Fahrenheit across parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and northern Wisconsin. This is extremely dangerous cold. At those wind chills, frostbite can occur in 5 to 10 minutes. Even areas much further south will be impacted. Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit see highs in the single digits Fahrenheit over the weekend. Overnight lows below 0. Wind chills -10 to -20 degrees. By Sunday, the cold air extends deep into the south. Atlanta sees overnight lows in the teens Fahrenheit. Birmingham, Jackson, Little Rock all drop into the low 20s. Hard freeze conditions across the entire southeast. Early next week, Monday and Tuesday, the coldest air of the entire event settles in. This is the second major Arctic push. The NAO isn't quite as negative as it could be, which means the absolute coldest air stays a bit further north than it otherwise might, but it's still brutally cold. Monday and Tuesday, high temperatures across the northern tier of states remain negative. That S, not wind chill. That S, actual air temperature. Fargo, Bismarck, International Falls, all see daytime highs that reach 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Overnight lows could drop to -20 to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind chills. Monday and Tuesday mornings will be life-threatening across a large area. -20 to -40 degrees Fahrenheit from the Dakotas through Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Michigan, and potentially into parts of northern New York and Vermont. This is not typical January cold. This is the kind of cold that strains infrastructure, causes school and business closures, and poses serious health risks to anyone not prepared. Areas further south aren't spared. The Tennessee Valley, Kentucky, Ohio all see sustained temperatures well below freezing, high temperatures in the teens Fahrenheit, overnight lows in the single digits. That S cold enough to cause problems with water pipes, especially in older homes or areas where infrastructure isn't built for sustained hard freezes.